be recording this.
Need some dedication right there.
Okay, super, super.
Hey, Elsa.
Hey,
I love
fresh out of bed. This is what curly hair looks like in the morning.
I love it. Okay, so can everybody see kind of the Leo Living Essential Oil standby for Zoom?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome. It is 9:03. I'm sure we're going to have more people jumping on, but to respect all of you people who were on time, which you know I love that. Those of you who know me know that I love on time. I'm going to go ahead and mute all of you now just to protect the background noise, and I'm going to be recording this call. And if you have questions, like I said, just pop them into the chat. And then when this is over, I will open up the lines again so we can have any additional questions or comments. Okay, sound good?
Great.
Okay, muting you guys, and here we go. Okay, so what we are talking about in this call is why doTERRA and why now. But before we do that, I want to just tell you a little bit. A lot of you are new, are not even on the team yet. And so I want to share just a minute or two about how I got involved. So again, my name is Victoria Pluckenpole. I am a diamond with doTERRA. I went diamond in 14 months. And I am a founder of China, which is basically a miracle. But let's just say I got very excited about the oils. So I am an adoptive mom. I have 2 biological children, 21 and 19, and then I have that little cutie on the beach, Kaylin, who is 7. About 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid disease. And it was very scary, and I got very sick very fast and had to go through radiation and all kinds of fun stuff. And it really rocked my world, and it rocked my family because we thought that we were living a really healthy lifestyle. I also had heart surgery when I was 21. So way back in the day, I got put onto a healthy path. So I ate organically. I exercise. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I barely drink. You know, so I thought I was living the way that I was supposed to be living. And I had been for decades. And so when I got sick, it threw us. We weren't expecting that. And it put me on a path of doing even more research, deeper research. And what I discovered was that the disease that I have is triggered by stress and toxins. And I started discovering that toxins cause this inflammation, and inflammation causes all these new autoimmune diseases that we have nowadays that we didn't really even have 30 years ago. So I started really being very intentional about removing stressful things from my life, which at the time I was living in Shanghai, had 2 teenagers and had just adopted a baby. So that was a challenge in and of itself. But I also started trying to remove toxins from my life. So I made some good changes. I did what I could at the time with the knowledge that I had. But I will say this, about maybe almost 20 months ago now, John Brinchley, who's the good-looking guy who's in that bottom photo, he came through Shenzhen. He was a friend of ours from Shanghai. We had known him for 10 years, and he introduced me to the oils, to doTERRA. I had never heard of it. Now, I've been overseas for 23 years, so no surprise, really. But I started researching the oils. And I have to say, I kind of started thinking, if this is true, how come nobody has told me about this before? And I started using them, and I started having success right away. And I got very excited, right? And to be honest, I was had just moved to Shenzhen. I was kind of open to something to do. I was a little bit bored. And I thought, you know what? I could start teaching a class a week for the community on these oils, because all my friends here are looking to be healthier. So that's kind of how I got started. I did say to myself, I'm going to do this as a business because I had time and whatnot. So I started teaching one class a week, and I was very excited. People got excited, and we went from there. So that's really how I got started. And then I have to tell you, it exploded. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So why doTERRA and why now? There is the obvious when you say why doTERRA. doTERRA is world-renowned as an excellent philanthropic company. They are the #1 essential oil in the world. They have a 70% member retention, an exceptional management team. They do what we call co-impact sourcing, and they have the Healing Hands Foundation. These are kind of the pillars of what makes doTERRA great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over each one of these topics in detail, especially for those of you who are new and possibly looking at joining doTERRA. This is why you want to join doTERRA. We are the #1 essential oil in the world. We do have competition out there. That's, of course, with everything. But how do we know that we're the #1? If you look at the picture on the far left, there are different grades of essential oil. There's the synthetic, which is the majority, and that's kind of the stuff you're going to buy at big box stores where you get a giant thing of rose oil for $5.99. It's just not real, right? So there's that. Then there's the food grade oils, and that's kind of like the stuff that goes into your chewing gum, the mint, the peppermint or the spearmint that gives your food flavor. It's okay for ingestion, but actually I kind of question it now that I've studied a lot of it. There's therapeutic grade oils. That is going to be oils that you might buy, say, at Whole Foods or something like that. They're okay. They don't come with any certification. You cannot be sure. Most of them say not for ingestion, which makes me question the purity. And they come with no education and support like we have with doTERRA. Then there is doTERRA, and doTERRA is what we call CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And the next two documents that I have on the screen for you is just to show you kind of what that means. We do third-party testing on every batch of oil. So from distillation all the way to the bottling, the oils are tested. Now, what's really exciting on this page we're going to look at, we now have source2you.com. And what's really exciting about this is that we had a lot of our competition out there saying, oh, you can't really prove your CPTG. People don't have machines at their house to test it, blah, 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 all this stuff. And so doTERRA said, you know, we'll prove it to you. So they've come up with this website, and it is absolutely phenomenal. You can actually put in the lot number of your oil that's on the bottom of your oil, and you can plug it into this little spot right here, quality reports, and you can get the testing report for that batch of oil and see the results of it. That's unheard of in this industry. doTERRA spent millions of dollars on this website so that you could, with absolute certainty, trust their oils. Now, I have to say, I mentioned earlier that my little one has a blood disease. I am insanely intentional about her health. I would not put anything on her or in her or around her that I wasn't confident was going to, at least at a minimum, not harm her, but even better yet, was going to help her. So this website, I encourage you to visit this website, source2you.com, and you can look at how our growers, our distillers, the scientists, the practitioners, you can see all of this stuff on our oil so that you can trust us. So that is very exciting. Okay, so next slide is going on to the next topic is management team, right? The business of doTERRA. Our founding executives are phenomenal. And for those of you who know me or know my husband, we researched the management team before I jumped into this. We actually know this guy, Corey Lindley. He lived in Shanghai in our compound at the same time. So we've known him for years. These are people of integrity, and these are people who are philanthropic and truly have a heart for the people. Their mission is to have oils in every home, and they're just a phenomenal whistle clean group of people. Emily Wright, I have to say, I've had a conversation with her last summer, and she truly she's kind of the soul behind the company, if you ask me, but she is the one who helped develop the compensation plan to make sure there was no pressure for women. She believes that women have, just enough on our plate. So she's lovely, and we can go into more detail about that. But these people are really people of integrity. So that's one thing about the company. Another thing about the company is what we call the loyalty reward program. And this is a program where they quite literally give away products. So you can place orders every month and earn percentages back on your orders. They gave away over $144 million worth of products last year just through the loyalty reward program. So sometimes you're going to meet people who may not be interested in building a large business, but they're certainly interested in freebies. So I don't know too many people who don't like free products. So the loyalty reward program actually is what I think the glue to this business, because people love it. They just order consistently. They love the oils. They love getting freebies. And this is part of the reason why we have the high retention rate that we do. So doTERRA's member retention, since it opened its doors, is at 70%. So if you haven't been in this industry before, that may not mean too much to you, but know that the industry average is about 10 to 15%. I would say that's high. 70% retention rate is insane. But people love the products. The products work. They love the loyalty reward program. So from the very beginning, people who enrolled and got a membership and started ordering, 70% of them are still ordering today. And that makes it really enticing to build a business, right? So if 70% of the people that I share with stick with me, because this is such a great company and such a great product, that makes it pretty easy to build a business, I have to say. Now, the other reason why we are such a great business to partner with is our compensation plan. And I'm going to go into a little more detail on the next slide. But if you look at this, this is our numbers and the percentage of people in that are building businesses that are making that. So 62% of the people are making $26,000 on average, 22% making $57,000. These are annual earnings, 5% at 106, and you can go on from there. If you go on to sharesuccess.com/comp, you will see some videos of the compensation plan and how it works. It is such a cool plan, and it's so much fun. And again, whoever invited you onto this call will be happy to go over it in more detail with you as well. But it's a very lucrative business, and it's very attainable. So I want to tell you, I hit silver in about, I think it was like maybe 6 months. And then I hit gold the following month. And then I hit platinum. I was at platinum at about 9 months. And then I hit diamond at 14 months of being in the business. Now, I will tell you, I was intentional. I treated it like a business, not like a hobby, but it's completely doable. This is a comparison on the compensation plan. Okay, so what doTERRA did was that they took, sorry, I'm going to move these over here a second. They took 5 industry-leading companies and did a comparison. So you can see, even at our first rank of silver, that's where you really start getting into leadership, we are more than double, really, from some of these companies at their rank. And silver, honestly, if you are focused and intentional, is something that you could do that in 90 days. You know, some people do it in 90 days. Some people do it in less. And other people, it might take 6 months. But the thing about this is that you need to remember this is a residual income that you're creating as well. So you build it once and then you maintain it and the money keeps coming in. So that's quite fun. And you can see here at our 4th level, which is what we would call platinum. Again, we are more than double what the other companies are paying out at this level. And platinum is very attainable. Now, we were in Bali last week and we were having a conversation with the CEO's son. And what he said to us was that anybody can reach Blue Diamond if they just stick with it long enough. That's almost $500,000 annually in your pay. And I don't know what else most ordinary people can do to get that kind of an income, right? So what if it takes you 4 years to get to Blue Diamond? $500,000. Now, that is my next rank. I'm just going to be honest, and I am intentional, and I am doing doTERRA full time. So I want to be clear. I am not just sitting here and having it happen. I am busy, but my husband says he cannot believe how much the company pays me to chit-chat with my friends. And that's sometimes, most of the time, what it feels like. But Blue Diamond is attainable for anyone to build that. Presidential, now you're looking at $1.3 million annually. That you need to have developed some leaders. You can't really do that by yourself. That you've got to have a team of solid leaders. But that's what we do. We develop leaders on this team, and it's really exciting. Okay, so let's go to the next here. Okay, so the co-impact sourcing. This is an initiative that seeks to develop long-term, mutually beneficial supplier partnerships while creating sustainable jobs. This is so unique to doTERRA that they seek out communities and they pay them annual salaries so that these farmers can stay put. They don't need to go from crop to crop to crop, doing harvests. We pay them annual salaries so that they can settle down and become artisan farmers, really, for our crops and take care of the land. We also build schools and clinics and things like that in their communities. We are intentionally seeking out third world places where we can change the story. We're looking for stories. We're looking for places that we can go in and rewrite the ending and give it a happy ending. This is incredibly unique. Now, I have a 21-year-old daughter. Some of you know her, Regan. And I will tell you, this is the thing about doTERRA that just lights a fire under her. She is so excited about the co-impact sourcing. When you become part of the doTERRA family, you can actually go on some of the co-impact sourcing trips. I know in April for Greater China, we're going to be doing a trip to Nepal. So this is really exciting. They invite you in. They invite you to come along and check it out and see what they're doing. And I would encourage you again, on YouTube, you can put in doTERRA, co-impact sourcing, and you can literally see little video documentaries really on many of the oils and the story behind the oil. And I will say to you, I watch it with some tissue because I just get incredibly moved by the impact we are having really from the field to the farmer to the family. Every drop of oil is improving lives, and it's just so beautiful, such a thing I'm proud of being a part of. Then they have the Healing Hands Foundation. Now, the Healing Hands Foundation is the philanthropic arm of doTERRA. And I will tell you quite literally that doTERRA's heart beats for those in need. And they really put their money where their mouth is. Healing Hands is the hands and feet of doTERRA going out into the world, changing lives. And what is really, really cool about the Healing Hands Foundation is that we, as wellness advocates, can submit our request for help in whatever cause it is that fires you up. So I actually have already had my first Healing Hands Foundation project here in China. I've been involved with an organization called Home Sweet Home for about 10 years. And I introduced the corporate staff to Home Sweet Home. It is a program really for aged out orphans. And they take them in and they teach them skills and help them get jobs and things like that. But they have a sewing factory there. And doTERRA quite literally went in and gave them a $10,000 US order for these beautiful doTERRA aprons, gave them $10,000 US donation, and then has since given them a massive order for their Days for Girls program, which is another charity that doTERRA is involved with. So it's absolutely mind-blowing what the Healing Hands Foundation does around the world. And some of us were at the convention in Utah in September, and we saw Dave Sterling, who is the CEO of the company, this gentleman right here, amazing, soft-spoken guy. But he went on a sting with Operation Underground Railroad, and this is to save children from sex trafficking. And they literally gave the founder of Operation Underground Railroad a check for $500,000 on the spot. There was not a dry eye in the house, and there was 30,000 people in the house. So it was quite a moving moment. But this is the kind of company we are involved with. And so when you say why doTERRA, oh my gosh, how not doTERRA, right? That's kind of the way I see it. Okay, let's keep moving on. So let's look at the not so obvious, right? So those things doTERRA talks about all the time, and it's on YouTube and all of that. But let's look at the not so obvious. People will join doTERRA for a variety of reasons. But I will say to you that one of the not so obvious things that happens when you join doTERRA is this journey that we go on. And after you've been in doTERRA for a while, you start to clarify your identity. You know, some of us, especially moms, I know we have some guys on the phone, but especially moms, we sometimes lose our identity in being, you know, David's wife or Kaylin's mom, or, you know, we kind of forget who we are. And after a time in doTERRA, you become very clear on your identity of I am a person who helps people. I'm a servant leader. I help people with their health. I help people with their wealth. I've become very clear in who I am and what I do. Your community will expand and become so awesome. It's amazing. But the people that you meet, and for a lot of us now, our team's gone really global, really fast, which has been really fun. But we have these communities on Facebook or on WeChat, and then we get together for the different conventions and events that happen, and we meet each other, and we have all these friends all around the world, and it's so exciting. Kind of, as my daughter Regan would say, you know, she likes the vibe of our tribe, you know, so you get this tribe going on. You start waking up every morning with purpose. You know, you wake up and you're like, who am I helping today? What am I doing? You know, you've got a purpose that you're doing that day, and your purpose starts to create an impact. Now, when I first got introduced to doTERRA, I was, you know, I'm always open to better health, right? And I've got Kaylin and I've got, other health issues in my family. And so my first impact was really just with my family and their health. And then I saw the business opportunity and I thought, oh, I could start teaching classes. And so then my impact became kind of my little area that I live in here in China. And then it became my, like the city, and then the country, and then the world. So like this ripple effect that can happen where you have this impact that becomes massive. And this impact also becomes influence, through the Healing Hands Foundation and things like that, where you can actually start making changes. One of the things that my heart is very soft for adoption. And my husband told me a while ago that I have the ability to give away more money than he earns. And so when I looked at the doTERRA compensation plan, I thought, my goodness, if I could just get to Blue Diamond, I could pay for people's adoptions, right? And so already we have the beautiful Ali Mona is doing our first team adoption, and we've created doTERRA, and her little baby Gracie is going to be our first doe baby. And this is the first of what I can see to be hundreds or thousands of adoptions. And what kind of impact is that? And how excited am I to wake up every morning? And how mission driven am I to build this team so that I can live my dream, right? My dream of being able to say, oh, here's $10,000 to go towards your adoption. But the beautiful thing about this, you guys, is that Ali Mona and I actually shared this idea with Greg Cook while we were in Bali. Greg Cook is one of the founders of doTERRA, and he loved it. He got excited. He's like, let's talk. Could you imagine if this goes corporate-wide? So not only are we going to be saving hundreds of babies, we could be saving hundreds of thousands of babies, right? Talk about impact. And here I just started 18 months ago because I wanted, to have a toxin-free life for my family. So start dreaming because the freedom that you get with doTERRA is unmatched. And freedom means different things for different people, but this is, you could be financially free, right? Get out of debt, pay off your school loans, pay off your mortgage, pay off your parents' mortgage, pay off your car, buy a new car, whatever that looks like for you. And that's great. And then you get time freedom after a while, right? You build out the business and, you can build it as fast or as slow as you want. So if you build it fast, you're working, you're busy. You build it slow, you could put in 12 hours a week for a period of time. But you will eventually get your time back, right? Because it's a residual income. So you get time freedom. But the thing that I love the most is that you eventually are free to give. And I think that so many of us have quit dreaming about that because we just get stuck in the day-to-day grind. But the freedom to give, my now taste of freedom to give to adoption is now becoming reality. And that's so exciting. And whatever your dream is. And if you've quit dreaming, I encourage you to start dreaming again because it will happen. And this is the journey that we go on and that many of us on the team have already gone on, and we've already seen these changes in our lives. But keep in mind that when you're inviting people to look at this business, make sure they see the whole picture because this is so much more than selling oils. I don't even sell oils. I share my experience with the oils and then I show people how they can get them. I don't even sell them. So, it's so, get it right and make sure that you're telling the whole story because it is a beautiful story. So why now? Why is it important to look at this now? There is an industry explosion in direct sales or network marketing or whatever you want to call it. Now, I know that a lot of people have hang-ups with network marketing, and that might be you. You might have hang-ups with network marketing, or it might be people on your team, or it's going to be people that you talk to where they're going to be like, pox, I hate network marketing. But again, I would encourage you to study the industry and if you're on my team or if you join my team, I have so much that I can share with you to help you understand why network marketing is absolutely brilliant. But if you look quickly at the numbers, at how network marketing is growing, product distribution through network marketing is off the charts, right? They're expecting a $200 billion sales year in 2017, kind of this last year. There's about 103 million people involved around the world, and that's growing. There's about 200 million US dollars paid out every single day in commissions in this profession. I mean, who wants a piece of that? I will take a piece of that. Thank you very much. We have the global rise of entrepreneurship. Now, this really applies to millennials. Those are kind of our young generation between kind of the age of 20 and 30. And we have the introduction of the momtrepreneur. So let me explain these to you. Millennials, I can talk about this because I have a couple. They look at mom and dad for the most part and think, I don't want that. I don't want to work 60 hours a week in a cubicle only to be, made redundant or downsized or forced out or whatever. You work, it's supposed to be 40 hours a week for 40 years to retire in mediocrity. And they've seen mom and dad just burn out and not necessarily have a lot to show for it. Now there's the one-offs that are successful, but they don't have any time. They spend no time with their families. Millennials want to have purpose. They want to have impact. They want to save the planet because they look again at mom and dad and say, what are you handing us? You're handing us this massive debt and a planet that's spinning out of control. So millennials are a very interesting group of young people. They're very smart and they want a different life. And so I would say to you, focus on this group. Now, my daughter Regan, she'll be graduating from Dartmouth, smart girl. She'll graduate in June, and she's going to start kind of a millennial revolution. It's going to be called Own Your Life, so OYL, Oil Revolution. And she wants to get this generation of people into a movement of we can have a different life. We really can. So folks, don't overlook that crowd. They are smart people who want to make an impact. And then we have the momtrepreneur. That's really me, right? I was a stay-at-home mom, but I'm smart, I'm educated, I used to work, and this business allows me to, I always tease and I say, I drop Kaylin off at the bus, I build an empire, and then I pick her up at the bus. And those of you who are kind of in my neighborhood and know me, it's pretty hard to get me to go out on an evening. It's got to be a pretty big deal to get me to go work, do an evening thing, because I've got boundaries. I want to be home with my family. That's my choice, right? But I have it. I have that choice. So as a mom building an empire, I'm able to take my daughter to and from the bus. I'm able to be at her school meetings and her school plays. I'm able to go on vacation. And if I've got my laptop and internet, I can keep building. So this is a great industry for moms. So keep that in mind as well when you're talking to people. People also want to buy from people they know and trust, right? We have had so many big box store issues and people aren't trusting it anymore. I gotta say, especially here in China, we've had quite a few things come across the news in the past couple of years where people are like, I don't trust this. So they want to buy from people that they know and that they trust, and that they know you're using these products. They know that you're having success with these products. They know that you're there for them to explain things, and they feel comfortable buying from you. So this is a huge deal. Okay, so now how does doTERRA fit into this explosion? In 2015, doTERRA had its first billion US dollar revenue year. So this is massive. So doTERRA is 8 years old, so it's a very stable company. It is a debt-free company, and they're doing $1 billion a year annually. That's huge. They have over 1,600 employees and about 4 million wellness advocates around the world. So this is not a brand new, I hope it lasts company. This is a very stable, strong, steady company, and it's got very strong, steady growth. But I will tell you, we are still on the ground floor in many markets, and even in the U.S. market. People will say to me, oh, do you think the U.S. is saturated? No, I don't think the U.S. is saturated. I talk to people all the time who have never heard of doTERRA. So it is what you think it is. I will say this to you. I will say I have 2 people who live in the same neighborhood, and one of them thinks this is hard and the market is saturated and she is doing nothing. And one of them thinks, I love this. This is amazing. Who can I talk to? And she's almost gold already. Okay? So your mindset is critical. Global expansion. Now, I should have updated this because I put China because I was doing this presentation in Bali. China and beyond. I will tell you, we are absolutely still on the ground floor of China. So if you know anybody in this area, absolutely be talking. But we are also have Greater China opening. So we have Singapore and Taiwan and Hong Kong are already open. Malaysia's any day. And then they're going to be opening up Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, kind of that area of Southeast China, Southeast Asia, excuse me, is on the short list, right? We also know that Colombia is on the short list. Okay, so they are expanding globally, and if you have friends, families, neighbors in any of these areas, this is very much a global business. So there is so much opportunity. It's crazy. So doTERRA is dominating the essential oils industry, but I would have to say doTERRA is chart topping the entire network marketing industry as well, because we are a company that does not require that you have a minimum amount of sales, right? So everybody does kind of 100 points. That's your personal use, really. We're not required to carry inventory. It's such an easy business. We're just dominating. So how can I help you transform your life? I tell you, I'm absolutely passionate about this, and there's a lot of people on our team as well that have caught the vision and are doing the same thing. But our team is so supportive and so well systemized, I guess I would say. So I am directly enrolled by Andy and Natalie Goddard. They are the #1 income earners in all of doTERRA. They make close to $400,000 US dollars a month, and they are the kindest, most generous family I've met. They're amazing, but they have spent millions of their own dollars creating a website called sharesuccess.com, and everything you need to build this business is on that website. Okay, so I will tell you that my good friend John, who I adore, kind of shared the oils with me, and then he got on a plane and went back to the States because he lives in the States now, and I was kind of sitting here going, okay, and I was able to learn everything I know really from sharesuccess.com. Now, when the Goddards kind of saw this flurry of activity, Andy came to China, and he has been here training my team, maybe 3 or 4 times already in the last 18 months. Phenomenal support to help us, to get us going. It's just unbelievable. So we have this sharesuccess.com website that's full of videos and trainings and documents and power calls and success coachings and on and on and on. There is no excuse. I went diamond in 14 months, basically using this website alone, right? So anybody can do it if I can do it. Then for our team, I just love this stuff. I love sharing. I love helping. So our team, when you join us, first and foremost, you're going to have the direct support of the person who enrolls you, because we have an ethos in our team. We're very intentional about that. So whoever enrolls you is going to be very well versed in all of this. Hopefully they should be, and you'll have direct support from them. But after that, so I have my Life by Leo website, so lifebyleo.com. Make sure that you go into that website and you subscribe so that you get my my newsletters, and I blog, and all kinds of incentives and promotions. Everything will be on the website. And then we have a Facebook team page, right? So when you become a member of our team, you go on to our team page, and this is just an amazing support. One of my friends, Morgan, actually, who's on the call, she was like, I love this team. It's like 24/7. There's somebody awake around the world that can answer the question. So you post something on Facebook, and somebody inevitably answers pretty quickly because somebody else is awake. So we have the Facebook team page, but then please go on to Victoria's Life by Leo Facebook page. That's kind of my public business page. Like that page, follow me there, and then, do that on your own Facebook page and grow your business. But you'll see a lot of the stuff that I'm doing there, and make sure that you don't miss any promotions or anything. We have WeChat groups. For those of you who are on WeChat, you can be slotted into your team group and ask questions there. Those have become really powerful communities. And then we have these Zoom calls, right? What we're on right now. And I do weekly trainings on Monday mornings. So it's Monday morning China time. So like if you're in America, it's Sunday afternoon, evening. If you're in Europe, it's going the other direction. And I'm recording them so that they'll be uploaded onto the website, and you can watch them later if you miss them. I have Tuesday mornings. We have what we call open mic night, even though it's Tuesday morning, it's nighttime somewhere. And that's just, you can just call in, and I'm 95% of the time the one sitting here just answering questions, right? I think we had maybe 8 people on the other day, and just asking questions and product questions, business questions. It's just, you're going to catch me, right? And so that's super helpful. Then on Thursday mornings, we Zoom our product classes, and that's super helpful. So you can just drop in on Zoom. You can send your friends to watch on Zoom, so that if you're not able to be teaching a class for them at a particular time, or it's a topic that they're interested, they can just drop in on Zoom. And then we do leadership development on Thursday afternoons. And I'm going to start doing the leadership development on webinars like this starting, 2017 is just going to be so exciting. Yeah, and all of this, when you're on our team, is free for you. And I have to say, sometimes I get a little sad in my heart, because I'll be out and about, looking at other people and how they're doing their teams and stuff. And there's people out there that actually charge for the training. And we don't. We take it very seriously that when you join us, we are responsible to help you be successful. And we're passionate about that, because we want you to grow up in doTERRA and make that impact, become free to give to whatever it is that you want to give to. And that excites us. So 2017 is now. I am so excited about 2017. And 2017 is the year for you. If you decide to step into this business, then you are going to be stepping into your greatness. I promise you, you will become the best version of you on this journey. I actually like to say that doTERRA is a personal development program with an epic compensation plan attached to it, because you do become, like I said, the best version of you. So again, I want to encourage you, let's do this. Let's make a change, whether it's just in our families and in our lives, or whether it's you've got that, save the planet vision that I have going on. Whatever is right for you, please go back to the person who invited you to this call and talk to them about how you get started, or how you can start setting your goals and get to where you want to be. And let's do this. So thank you so much for calling into this call. Do we have any, I think all the questions were being answered as we were going. So thank you to those of you who are answering the questions. Any last questions there? Nope, we look good. Okay, well, I am going to unmute us so that we can say yay to everybody.
Yeah.
All right, yay! Is everybody excited?
Yeah.
We should be so excited. So I want you to take this message. It's critical that you take this message to your teams if you've already got a team. And if you're just looking at joining us, we are so excited about that. And we just embrace everybody who joins. And we're absolutely fired up to help you realize your full potential. So, okay. That is us for today. I will let you know when we do the next webinar. Here I am.
There she is.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Can I ask you a total random question?
Totally.
Okay. Yvonne has a class in the morning.
Yvonne, what? I'm sorry?
Yvonne's teaching a class. I saw it on Facebook.
Yes, the detox.
Yes. So
Very
it's like
early for you.
4 a.m. California time.
Right.
Is it going to be recorded and posted somewhere?
Yes, it is. We are going to record it, and we are going to, I'm hoping that her internet is better than China internet, and she will be able to upload that rather quickly, and we will put it on the website. But yes, we have a lot of West
On the Team Leo?
No, it's going to go on the lifebyleo.com, I think, unless we get a YouTube link. That's what I'm kind of hoping. Then we can post it there as well. But
Yeah,
yes.
you were going to upload some of your training classes from China. Where did those land?
Those landed in the fact that my Colorado internet is actually worse than my China internet, and I'm actually having a trench dug as we speak to put cable.
Oh my gosh.
And so I downloaded them all onto a USB, and I posted them to my friend in Texas who is in the process of getting those up. So I know it's we have to persevere.
I know.
But we're
But
working
there's
on it.
lots of places to look, so I thought I would just ask instead of hunting.
Yeah, it's all in process, and I will definitely let you guys know when those are up. So
sounds good.
Great. Well, it was awesome having all of you guys on the call. And we will see you in a couple weeks. Hey, Heidi. I saw you.
Hi, Heidi.
Hi.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's great. That's us for today. I got to jump because I got other stuff to do.
Okay.
My business.
Awesome. Thanks, Victoria.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.